Hey, how's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater.
And Shelby.
And today we're going to talk about our epic road trip with LRB. And then, we came home 3 o'clock in the morning and it was not the best. It's not clickbait, but to tell the story, it's probably good that we start with the better, the happy stuff, and then finish an unhappy note maybe, but then talk about what's going to happen again this week. So, are you guys able to hear me?
What's going on? It's so weird. Continue talking. That's what it is.
I don't think anybody can hear me, though. I think if somebody in chat could hear us, they would be saying something. All right.
If they couldn't hear us. Okay, there we go.
So, we packed up for the Triple Crown. It was in Kentucky, Louisville. It was a great show. We had to take a trip with LRB to fit everybody in the van, as well as all of the plants, shrimp, and everything else, because, our little truck and the AC was not going to fit everybody, and I don't think the kids would have enjoyed riding in the bed of the truck for the entire 12 and a half hour ride. So we tagged along with LRB. We showed up at his house. We got to see the fish barn, and it was pretty amazing what he's gotten done in such a short amount of time. For those that don't know, he moved. He sold his house with everything in it. He brought down like 2 racks and only the tanks that he had in storage. So he's literally rebuilding everything from the ground up. But yeah, we did get to check out the place. It was pitch black, so we didn't really get to see the lake or the ginormous, 30 acres. But it is out in the middle of nowhere. But if you do want to know where he lives, email me at granteater@gmail.com. And for $20, I'll let you know what state he lives in. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And he is a great guy. He wanted to drive through the night because of no traffic, so we did get there that late for that reason. Also, it prevented us from having to stay in a hotel room for another night. We don't really like to travel through the night if possible. Like when we go to Dallas, we're going to be leaving on Wednesday early morning, so that way we get there Wednesday night. We can sleep in the hotel, wake up Thursday, and get to work. But everything surprisingly fit all right in the truck on the way to Lucas's house, except Jaden was like smushed like this between 4 of the big yellow totes that we have. And
in our truck.
He loved it, though. He's like, I got my own little fort he built himself in, and he enjoyed it. But it would not have been that fun for the entire 12 and a half hour ride. Plus, all the guppy grass that we had in the back of the truck surely would have melted by the time we had gotten to Kentucky. And we got through our, little drive to Lucas's house, all right, and then loaded up everything into his van. And I'm thinking, oh man, we're gonna sell a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna empty out all of these, totes, and we're gonna stack them up, and we're gonna fill them up with a ton of fish coolers. But we got there in Kentucky and started setting up at the vendor hall, and ZooMed, who goes to a ton of shows. We've seen ZooMed probably 40 times at shows. Like, this isn't a joke. There's not that many fish shows, but we go to so many Repticons, and they are at every single reptile show. So I've probably been 40 different times, and they've never, ever sold from their booth. However, Lucas Bretz, while he's showing us his tour, he's all like, man, I've been looking for some 450 low boys now for God, I don't know how long. I just can't find them anywhere. And sure enough, Lucas drove through the night. So he goes to sleep, and probably within like 2 hours, I'm waking him up with a phone call because ZooMed has 3 low boys, and that's exactly how many he needed to get his rack done. And I could hear him on the phone. He was like, oh man, I don't know how happy, or like, I got to help him out. Or he was my ride, you know what I mean? So he probably thought it was an emergency, something wrong with the kids or something like that. So he was trying to be as polite as possible, but he's probably just tired. And I'm like, hey, man, Zoomed's got these low boys for sale. You want me to pick them up? There's 3 of them. And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, buy those up. Oh, man, I needed those. That made my whole week right there. And, yeah, 0 to 100 real quick. And just like that. I promise you, it was on point right there, impersonation and everything. But oh my God, who knew those 50-gallon low boys were like freaking half pallet sheets of plywood, but thick boys. And man, it took up a lot of room. Like we barely fit the truck or the van packed with everything that we got, because I'm very regretting, like, one of our first streams. If you haven't watched it, we talk about going to one of our auctions, and I'm like, yeah, Shelby got some Achilles fish. She's probably going to kill them. And it was a good laugh. But, like, man, did I just bite myself in the rump with that one, because she has gone full gun-ho to prove me wrong. And I had a feeling she didn't know how many Achilles fish we were coming home with, because I asked her how many on the ride home did she think we had with us, and her answer was 4. So I'm going to talk about some other stuff before I give you the answer how many Achilles we really brought home. But we brought home a lot of fish. So the Triple Crown started basically Wednesday, because it was supposed to be the vendor swap day setup. However, not the swap, just the vendor setup day. However, we met like our goal for the first day during setup, because everybody was just walking in, dropping off their fish, checking things out. They arrived at the hotel, walking around. Oh, they already got stuff on the tables. I want to be the first one to buy it. I mean, we almost sold out of a couple things on the very first day without it even being open really to the public. But for those that don't know, the Triple Crown was set up by 4 different clubs: the Achilles Club, Cichlids, Live Bearers, and Rainbows. All major associations. They don't usually do this, but for this one show, all 4 of them headed to Kentucky and put on quite a good performance. And shout out Scuba Steve, who's in chat, man. He took home first place with one of his cichlids. So the Fish Fam is taking home gold already. So you got to be proud of that guy. And not only that, I've welcomed him into the Eater clan. Him and his buddy, we were all wearing the same slides, so it was kind of cool and fun. We were all hanging out together, and then Shelby's like, "Oh my God, the 3 of you all have the same shoes on," and we're like, "Oh yeah." Clearly, none of us are sneakerheads. We're just in it for the comfort. I don't know about them, but I sweat a lot in my feet, so open slippers are a nice thing. I wear socks or else they get squeaky. But anyways, Steve, you really made us proud. It was a great time hanging out with you guys, but some of the clubs announced that the vendor hall was open on Wednesday. Some of them announced it was open on Thursday, which was supposed to be the right day. And then other ones didn't have it open until Friday or Saturday. So I think they all had a different day. Everybody was very confused, but as much confusion as there was about the scheduling and everything like that, because like they didn't even have vendor badges for us or anything like that, it was like my favorite show that we've been to so far. I mean, I love my Aquashella, but there's just so much going on at this show where like Aquashella, when that's over, the fun kind of, if you don't get invited to the after party, the fun kind of stops. Where at the Triple Crown, it didn't matter if you knew anybody. You could just go to the bulletin board and look at the list, and people had the rooms. Shout out Steve, room 316. He had smooth newts, pygmy cories, golden least Achilles fish, and then Shelby got some wild bettas, but they're actually Grammies. So
oh, yeah, they're not. They're beta. Can't remember, but they're mouth fruiting Grammies. They're really cool.
But yeah, that man had a ton of knowledge. Really great guy. He had the best setup probably in the whole hotel. He had 2 beds. One was for him. The other one was all for his fish. He had all the bags laid out on the bed, and then he pulled the sheet back for when you came into the hotel to view the fish. And then when you left the room, he tucked all the fish in and keep them all nice and same temperature, and wasn't spooking them around with every fish looking at each other, keeping it nice and dark. Very knowledgeable guy. That guy definitely knew his stuff. But I mean, shout out Ray Aquatics if he's in the channel, because Robert, man, we were not waiting for that elevator. We wanted to get to them fish rooms before other people were buying them up, because we were on like the 3rd or 4th, 5th floor maybe, and stuff was already getting checked off the list. And the elevators were all being used from everybody in the convention going up floors. And some people just can't use the stairs. But we were lucky enough. We were like, all right, let's take the stairs. And we just, zigzagged through the hotel all the way up to the 10th floor. We got some more killies and a couple other little things, but it was like tricker fishing. It was a lot of fun. And, we got to go and do that with Lucas. So any questions I had about any of the scientific names and Latin and stuff like that, he could help me out. But man, I sat next to Robert during one of the auctions thinking he could help me out. And I'm like, oh man, you're just as hopeless as I am. He's like, yeah, man, they need to start naming off the common names or I'm not buying nothing. So I was like the same way. I found some Pistos, Pistogramma trifasciata, and I was like, all right, sold. I'll take those. And I got out of there. I had my own kind of like fish scavenger hunt, and between me and Shelby, we got the list done. Shelby had her own little scavenger hunt, and I mean, there was so much going on. There was so many different auctions. There was a Goodyear auction where fish were going for over $360 for a bag, a pair of just rare Goodyears, because there's like 4 or 5 breeders in that room who are all trying to breed for breeder award program points and stuff like that. And it's like one fish that none of them have bred, or it's one guy who's bred everything but that one fish, and it doesn't matter how much it goes for, he's not putting his hand down. It's that serious. But I'm over here like anything that goes under $30, I don't have anything other than what Shelby has. She's got the tequilas and the San Marcos. I at least know that. So I was like, all right, I know if it's under $30, I can bring them home. And I actually got 3 Goodyears that Shelby actually wanted. When we got one with a certificate, that was really cool. But we had Ryan from my Wild Fish Tanks, and that guy, we started having a little competition in the vendor room. He started by doing the little tap and walk around. I hit him with a long room shot with a rubber band. He's like, oh, man, how many times did that take to get you? And then he started putting cards on my table. So I had to start putting stickers on his. And then there was just like more cards. And I was like, how am I going to step it up? So we ended up getting people, friends of ours, to go up to him and put our stickers on his back. And we had like 5 or 6 stickers on him at one point. But one of his little ladies was like, oh, this poor guy. Hey, you got some stickers on your back. And I knew I knew he was going to get revenge on me, but I'm still finding his cards while we're unpacking today. Like, how did he get a card underneath, in between fish and my styrofoam? Unless he did it at Rusty's when I asked him to watch my fish. Like, maybe. That had to have been it. Because after that, it was full of a lot of fish. He would have had to take the whole thing out. That was a long process to get that done. Did you want to put in your best part of the show?
Gosh, I thought you were just going to start talking the whole time and I wasn't going to be able to say a single thing.
I'm sorry. It's been a long weekend.
14 minutes of Grant talking.
I could do 30.
You
Probably
could
45.
Talk all day
45.
And not stop. I guess we'll start welcoming people in since, we're 14 minutes behind.
Oh, man, that's a full Rico.
No. We're past Rico.
No,
by the time
Rico's...
we catch up, it's going to be an hour behind in chat.
Oh,
Welcome in, Crypt Keeper Aquatics. Then we got Jamie. Welcome. Scuba Steve. It is great hanging out with you. Well, mainly granted.
And you can bring up some of these, and I'll just tap on them like that one.
This one?
No, spaghetti.
No. And hello, Spaghetti Nona.
You can read it, and then
So I was reading in my head. Sorry.
it's been a
Oh
long
no.
week.
Hope it's something you can laugh about in the future. Certainly hope it's not an expensive loss. Take care.
It's just something that is forced us to take care of something that we didn't want to take care of, and because we're gonna have to take care of it, it's just time to upgrade that little area. So it's not something I wanted to get done until after the 90-gallon tank rack, but I'll probably end up doing both of them at the same time.
Hopefully, if it's
I need to move the tanks out of Jaden's room now
I'm saying
onto
about
the new rack, so it's like
the
a double
problem
process.
might not be fixable. Hello, Frank.
It's always fixable.
Without being very expensive.
It won't be that bad.
Hello, Spaz Network. And Scotty the Fish Freak. Hello, Ed. Trying to catch up here.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk. Now you're not talking?
I'm sorry. All right. I thought you would talk about the show for a little bit.
Not when I'm saying hello to everybody.
All
Hello,
right.
Chris George.
So, one of the coolest things that we probably got to do at the entire show was we got to tour the great Rusty Wessel's house, and that thing was incredible. He had ponds outside. Shout out to Kevin over at Canes and Fins. Kevin Canes and Fins. I'm getting the channel right. I hope somebody else will correct me if it's not wrong. But
Kevin's Canines and Aquatics.
all right, well, Shelby will get it for
been
us.
a while.
But he hasn't done videos in a while, so Kevin, you can't be mad at me. You need to get back to doing videos. We miss them. So, anyways, he gave me a ticket to go. Shelby was able to find a ticket that was being sold on one of the tanks. Shout out Ryan for pointing that out for us. And yeah, we ought to end up going to Rusty's house because we weren't planning on going. Shelby's mom ended up taking an extended stay and watching the kids for us at the hotel and having fun in the pool and whatnot. So we were lucky enough, the two of us, to go. I wasn't going to pay for the kids to go to a crowded fish room. There was already 250 people going, and I wanted other people to enjoy it, where my kids will probably have another opportunity to go to Rusty's in the future. So we decided just to go, the two of us, and it was a really cool time. Rusty's main pond had my favorite turtle, which is a fly river turtle. It had paddlefish. There's another pond that had paddlefish, another pond with more koi fish. I ended up taking home some of Rusty's koi fish. He had an auction there. You want to go through now?
What?
You got more to talk about? Bring up?
Hello, Killer Kitty. Welcome in. And Michelle Morgan. And they could all hear you.
All
Hello,
right.
Nicole James.
And then
Guppy Beast.
he also had a really crazy fish room. Everything's heated thermally, geothermally, and there's really no lights in the fish room. It's all got nice sunlights, so everything's all natural. It really helps with the breeding. He breeds some really rare fish in there, so it's like everything you can do to mimic exactly what nature does will help you out, and will be able to keep the fish thriving in the prime conditions and mimicking the seasons and everything like that. It really is an epic fish room. It was kind of hard to video because of the glare. There's no lights over the tank. It's all kind of coming in through the front of the glass, and that really kind of stopped us from getting a lot of nice shots. But he had a frontosa tank with a 1 foot long shrimp. I think it might have been a crayfish.
It was a lobster.
All right.
Freshwater lobster.
The thing was so nice, but it was like smushed up in a corner and trying to avoid the frontosas at all costs. So it was just a really epic fish room. And then the bathroom was even a toilet fish tank. It was pretty cool.
We missed that though.
Yeah.
So.
The line for the bathroom was pretty long. I don't know if people wanted to actually use the bathroom or just check out the toilet.
Yeah. Probably both.
Right.
It was when we were all leaving, it got really busy. And welcome in, Victor and Vibes Aquatics. It was nice meeting you. You got a good vibe about you. Continue.
And it was a really nice show. There's a lot of donations, and one of those donations was alcohol. So all of our elderly, I shouldn't call them elderly, but our older fish club members that we hang out with.
You next meeting.
They were all properly taken care of, and it's a lot of fun being around those guys because they really are in their prime when they're at these shows. And
you left out the best part. The reason it was different from all the other shows is because like it's not big name brands selling their stuff. Like there is like in the vendor room there was, but like the people attending this are people that have so much knowledge about these fish and how to raise them and have been raising them for many years and write books about them and travel to Peru to collect these fish. And, you know, I'm over here geeking about like all the Achilles fish and Goodeids and
LRB is talking about a book on the way up there and is like, oh, Shelby, if you can find this book, you should get it if you're trying to breed Achilles. And then sure enough, that book is at the auction table for the Babes or the American Achilles Association auction, silent auction. And Shelby won it for $9. And it is a signed copy. It's a little sad because it's not signed to her. The guy has passed away, but the book is in prime condition. And she read did you read the whole thing on the way home?
No, half of it. Then it got too dark.
You got tired too.
Yeah.
You fell asleep. She fell asleep with the book in her hand. It was cute.
It was good. It's good. I like it. It's interesting. I like reading about things. That's the only way I can really get information in is visuals. So, and doing it myself and messing up and learning from it. So.
But back to the liquor and free beer because that played a big part because it wasn't just our older, you know, fish club members. There's now we have a plethora of old gentlemen that we enjoy seeing at all these shows from clubs that we've talked to all over the world. Yes, the Gooman twins, if you all know them, they are infamous and they're freaking hilarious. They are the funniest twins I've ever met. I've met a couple, but they are, wow. They are great guys, a couple of guys to hang around with. They really make Shelby feel great about herself. They just hype her up the whole time to me. I'm like, hey, I know what I got. I do. I know how lucky I am. And you can't have her. No matter how much you try to buy fish for me or anything, no, I'm sorry. So the shows are epic. And a little tidbit, if you're a local club member of ours, I have Frank Chang agreed to come speak at our club next year. And Gary Lane. And if those aren't two legendary breeders to come drop some knowledge for our fish club, then I don't know where we're going to find it. So I like to spread them out so they're not back to back and then maybe like have, I don't know, Shelby or somebody do a talk in between. Yes. So, you know, you got a good one and a funny one.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah,
okay. A funny one.
Yeah. Oh.
Something not so serious. Like a Chris Biggs. I mean,
You're terrible.
Speaking of Chris Biggs, the man himself was there this weekend representing Canada in all of its glory. That man knows how to put on an auction, a photo shoot. And the guy makes you feel so good, especially when it's like, all right, guys, come on, let's get everybody up here on the staircase to take a picture. And then it's me, and then it's Lucas. He's like, all right, that's good. It makes you feel so good about yourself because it's like, I'm on the right-hand side. Lucas is on the left-hand side. I'm his right-hand man. It
was like, screw Shelby.
No, he was just kidding. He really puts all of the YouTubers into their own little category of being special to him, and he really does represent the fish fam in his own little way, and that man will go out of his way to help any of you. So if you hung out with him or talked to him at all, he remembers just about everything. I, however, have a horrible memory. I'm sorry if I have to ask your name again. I am great with faces, though. I remember everybody at other shows to the point where I'm pretty sure there was an older gentleman sitting on the bench late last night, and he was probably just annoyed with me talking to him because I thought he was a member of our club, and I'm thinking it wasn't. I'm thinking it was a different Bill. Not Bill Shields, but like a different Bill, and like not Bill Little either. I know who that is. It's just, man, there's a lot of Bills in the fish clubs.
We've known them for over.
But I've seen him, like, he was probably at the ALA last year, talked to me a while. I don't know. But he waited for his wife to come pick him up for like 2 hours. I felt so bad.
She didn't want to. Welcome in, Robert from Shrimp Envy.
So back to the liquor and everybody being properly
You didn't even like explain that. You've been talking for 10 minutes and didn't even explain anything about the liquor.
It's great. We're doing fine. There was late night auctions for the Babes, which is
mine's better.
Babes in the Cichlid Hobby, and they raised money for the different, I don't know, things that they do for the sick. I don't know if it's directly for the ACA or what. I don't want to misrepresent, but it was for a great cause. And they were walking around with Fireball, filling up shots, dark and stormies, you name it. People were just drinking, having a good time. And Shelby was one of the people walking out the bags and sharing off everything. And it was going quite crazy because there was like styrofoam box mysteries that were going for like over $300. You didn't know what was inside of them. And it was like a tiger nose or a shovel nose catfish. It was a tiger nose, like a legit tiger nose. You could have just done whatever remedy you wanted with it. It would have cured everything. Probably the best thing in the mystery box was Chattanooga Ed's Tennessee Fish Mafia. So if you spent $300 on the mystery box, at least you got one of Chattanooga's Ed shirts. Hopefully it was the right size. If it was wrong, let me know. I'll get you the right size because that is a great guy in himself. We got Shelby. He gave Shelby a T-shirt. I bought one for Jaden though. I don't know if it's gonna fit him yet, but that man, that little boy, grows every single second I look at him. He's like an extra inch taller. He's actually like 3 miles long by now.
Hello, Mark Sturleson. Welcome in, and Gary from GK Aquatics.
Gary, I'm sorry, but the other Gary did not have the red laser eggs, so I did not get them. But you can have the trio from me, like I promised.
Huh? You changed your name. It's Scotty Aquati. I like it. Oh, welcome in.
How do you know it's changed the name? That's somebody else.
Scotty. It's the same picture. Oh. Unless that'd be pretty rare.
Similar
Hello,
picture.
welcome in, Benjamin Peters.
But the auction was great. We did not stay for everything. Like I mentioned, I got the Epistos and I kind of got out of there.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going, Matt?
Yeah, the auction was bit insane. It was too many people in one room, so it got really loud and a little crazy. I think later in the night it was okay, but yeah, it was not organized enough. But you can't really organize something where so many people. Like I don't think they were expecting everyone to show up in that room. It was just too many people.
Did you ever say hi to Chris George?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it was so nice to meet you this weekend. It was a great time. You didn't meet Chris? Or did it click to you that was Chris George hanging out with us at the creators hangout all night? Chris, you didn't leave a good enough impression with her, but my friend, I will remember you forever.
Night.
Don't you worry. It was great hanging out with you this weekend.
Oh, now I feel terrible.
Oh, where was I when you said his name? It was great meeting so many people. I'm hoping I catch more of their people's off. I don't want to say
it
them
took me a whole...
and then forget somebody, so I'm only going to say hi to those who show up in the channel. But Matt, are you going to Keystone Clash? That's the next one in my mind.
I didn't even say hi to Matt.
What do you mean?
Hello, Matt. I brought it up. I didn't say hello, though.
I swear you did.
No. But it took me a whole day to realize that the person that watches us is the person that we met in person. Remember what was? I already forgot his name.
Great story. There were so many of those people here last weekend. It was proper hospitality. Brandon, first of all, how did I skip over Brandon's house? Because Brandon let us into his home, showed us some fish tanks, cooked us food, showed us some ponds outside. It was a really good stop before you got into the city. We were able to stretch your legs, relax, and I got a little footage of his house as well.
Thanks, Five Aquatics, for shouting that out. So getting known as a cool LRB is a good guy. Enjoyable.
But then again, I'm going to say this a lot because it was such a great show. One of my other favorite parts of the show is Shelby's mom did hang out for us for like 3 days. Or hang out with the kids for us for like 3 days so me and Shelby could vend the show. However, she had to leave Saturday at 12 o'clock. That's exactly the time that the kids' aquascape contest happened, and the kids did excellent. Jaden took first, Layla took second, in the natural category, of course. So everybody's like, oh man, you can tell whose tanks those are, and I'm just like, we have certain rules in the house that they must follow. Layla was very upset. Some of the rocks we got were from Zoomed. They don't usually sell those, but they are dirty. Dirty. You need to clean those 100 times before you put them in the tank because a little bit of that dust murked up her whole tank, and she wasn't able to work on it and see things the way she wanted to, and she kind of put an hour behind because of that in her aquascaping. So I think in the future, with equal components, she'll give Jaden a run for her money in the next one.
Yeah, she would have done really good if she didn't dump the rocks in at all. Her tank was phenomenal.
She wanted to add some banana plants,
just got a pile of rocks.
They were not sinking the way she wanted, and she couldn't get them to sink. And she couldn't plant them with the amount of substrate she had, and they didn't have enough substrate. Story of our lives. But if our kids can do it, an aquascape with a crutch and not have proper materials, so should we, and we're going to do that this weekend. Just you watch. Or maybe not watch. Maybe just wait for the pictures afterwards. I'm really all over the board today.
Welcome in, Thomas G.
LRB is like, I used to have energy like that. Just you wait. Enjoy it, man. I'm like, oh, man. There's just so many things I want to get done. But he's cranking out things. I don't understand. He acts like he doesn't have energy, and then you shut the door, and he goes mad crazy and builds everything.
And Killer Kitty, yep, your shrimp went out today. Hopefully those arrive. Let us know. We like to know when people get our shrimp and not leave us hanging for like a week.
Yeah, we just assume that everything's all right. And then what else? What else was part of the Triple Crown that I'm missing out on? There's some great vendors. We got to hang out with Mike Sicklitz behind us. Great family. The two of them are a couple that run their auction booth, or not auction, vendor table. We vended like right next to them at the ALA last year, but they like built up a wall between us. Where this year we were literally forced to like shuffle between one another. And his wife is kind of like Shelby. She kind of like makes sure everything runs nice and smoothly, and Mike is just kind of there to like answer questions about the deep details on fish genetics or something like that. And he's like, prices, the wife just left, but I'm like, I want to buy some of these fish and stuff. So I was paying attention to the prices and whatnot, and then next thing you know, I knew the prices when she walked away, and I was like, hey, it's da 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 da. And he's like, oh man, I'm gonna hire you. And then his wife came, and he's like, oh yeah.
No, I'm just making sure Ed knows that you're on the live stream. So keep talking.
Eddie's on the phone. So he's just like, oh man, I'm gonna have to hire you. And then the wife came back, and I'd already taken care of it. And he's like, oh, I don't need you. I got him.
she had a paper of all the prices too. But they are a great couple. If you need cichlids, I would suggest Mike Cichlids. I know they plan on retiring soon. So
Really?
get what you
That's
can.
so sad.
Well, I mean, they've been doing it since the 90s, so they are ready, but they are
The funniest
well-known.
thing, though, is that it's Mike Cichlids when the whole time it should be MJ Cichlids, but she's like, I didn't want to put my name on a sinking ship. And he's been doing it for a living, proving him wrong, like Shelby's doing to me with these dang Achilles fish that are slowly taking over my whole house, but I was going to wait. That's going to be the good news when we start talking about the Achilles after the bad news. So,
and Killer Kitty, we will have Soy Ahoy maybe next order or something. It'd be nice to meet you at one of these things. I thought you were going to come to the we're just at Triple Crown. Welcome in, Roscoe.
we have Eddie coordinating to come over tomorrow, so that way he can help us bag more plants for Aquashella. We brought over 150 cups of moss to the Triple Crown, and we sold over 100 cups. We sold over 30 bags of guppy grass, 30 bags of red root floaters, but like no red cherries. How do we go to shows and sell all 10 bags of red cherries that we bring, and then 30 people afterwards ask us, oh, you got any red cherries? No, I sold out. Oh, no, I don't need these. And it's like, oh, man.
Spent half my day catching all the reds finally, and I have funneling through getting the right ones, and of course no one wants them.
But you know the best thing about having high-quality homebred shrimp straight from the source is I know how long those things can survive in the bags. And I packed them suckers to survive for 3 weeks. And you better believe it, we're leaving them shrimps in the bag for Dallas.
All of them.
No, you did not.
Yes,
you did not pack all the bags. I did.
You packed the plants.
I caught a lot of the shrimp, though. Acting like you did all the shrimp.
Yeah, I did.
No,
you caught Robert's order.
I caught all the tangerine tigers and oranges.
No.
Yeah. You say no, but I did. If it was orange, I caught it that day. Anyways, what was I talking about? See, now I'm all off track.
Welcome in, Stephen P.
But we just sold a lot of plants, not a lot of shrimp, but it was all right because it was such a great show. And then the swap meet. The swap meet was absolute insanity. There was these little tiny tables. They were all shoved into this like hotel hallway, and there was so many epic types of fish, and we didn't know the scientific names to anything. And I had Lucas like run back in there afterwards and try to get me some good stuff. I did get a nice pair of Achilles that I like. They're for Shelby, but it's like
once I breed them, then he'll be like, they're mine.
Yeah. We'll see.
Like you claimed all, your goodieads here, that I'm breeding. And welcome in, Jenna P. I didn't really get to speak to you at all. It was a crazy weekend, but it was nice to see you. And
not just you, your whole family.
Yeah, that was so cute.
It was such a pleasure. I wish we could all hung out a little bit more together, but I don't think we all had our kids around at the same time. Mine were being supervised by the mother-in-law.
Yep. It was nice.
We got this great American Live Bears Association hat and the Babe Cichlids charity shirt. Shelby's got hers on as well.
Mm-hmm. We already talked about it.
And then we'll see the Stephen crew again at Aquashella this week.
Welcome in, Jenny Lynn, and said, hello. It was great to meet you both. Loving the new shrimp. Awesome. Love to hear that.
It was great to meet you, too.
Oh, I skipped it. Vibes asked how everyone's feeling post-Triple Crown.
Well,
it was great till we got home.
We're wrapping it up here. I'm learning out of good things to talk about at the Triple Crown because it was so jam-packed. The food was great. One of Sam Scales was there, and if he's vending there, go get him. You got time. Jesus, she acts like it's impossible. Get out of here. Anyways, we had a great vendor room, but Sam's had a guy helping him on Wednesday set up, and LRB crashed. And I didn't want to wake him up after we got the tanks just to go get food. So, hat's bothering me. Anyways, they drove us. We went and had Cane's. Never had that before. It was an all right for a fast food joint. But then he recommended Taco Luchador for some street tacos, and those things were bomb. They were loaded, a little expensive, but like for the price, I still ate 4 tacos. I was stuffed. We skipped breakfast because we woke up late. We decided sleep was better than eating. And then because of the Aquascape contest, I didn't have time to run to the hotel lobby and grab us food like I had been doing the past few days. So when we went for those tacos, they were so good. So Sam, friends watching, thank you guys so much. The hospitality from you guys is awesome, but not as awesome as Sam's paintings because he has stepped it up for this show.
I gotta talk about this for a second.
You go for it. You go for it. The show's yours. I'm getting water.
So my biggest thing for sure when we go to these shows is I am big on art. I appreciate art, and that's why we like aquascaping so much. Sorry. Is because it's a form of art. So I think just about anything you do in fish is an art form as well. Grew up drawing, liking to do little arts and crafts all the time. So when I see artists, I have to support them. And Sam is one of those ones we absolutely have to get. The incredible detail in these. This is just a print, obviously, but the incredible detail. Sorry, it's a little shiny. But this will go really good in our living room. I like to plaster it all. We have like Chuck Davis also paints. If you've never seen those are awesome. We have like an Oscar and a beta fish from him. Layla loves them too. So, and then this one as well. Of course, the number one thing I was going for at the show, and Sam had done an amazing, incredible job on this. We'll get to this too, where this is going. This is, I can't wait for this. That's part of the good news. But if you're ever there, like artists just work so hard on some of those things, and a lot of them go unappreciated, really. But Sam Scales is obviously really appreciated. We love him in the hobby, and everyone seems to get along. I'm hoping one day we can sell his art on our website. I'm hoping we're gonna
get him to hand draw some turtles and some shrimp, and man, he's just such a humble, great guy to hang out with too.
In those boxes, those medium boxes we ship out, so lines up pretty good. And you have to have your favorite fish on the wall or favorite shrimp. So
we're gonna just have to line the hallway with Sam's art and Chris's posters.
Well, I literally collect art, so every Aquashella we've gone to, every show we've gone to,
all over again.
If I find something at Repticons, I get them too. So
I think that's going to be it for the Triple Crown. I think that was.
I'll probably have more to say. I didn't get to say anything.
If anything comes up, you want to go through chat? Oh, I mean, the hotel experience was not good. Not good at all. We had 0 water pressure on day 3 for taking a shower. And day 1 and 2 was the very bare minimum that you would need to get a shower done, but not like a timely shower. Like you couldn't take a quick one. You had to it was miserable. And we didn't have time to complain and switch rooms. But when there's no shower at all and you have to take a shower, it's like we went downstairs. I'm like, listen, I got to be somewhere in less than an hour and I need to take a shower still. There's no water pressure. They sent up the guy. The guy's like, yeah, there's dirt in the pipes. We're going to radio down and get you a new room. The new room was horrendous. It smelled like the room had been turned off for like 2 weeks. The AC didn't work. It didn't come on. Of course, that's why it smelled. And then the third room, that was the charm. Had water pressure, had AC. Got us through the rest of the week. But man, just besides all the fish we got, I think I listed everything I got.
No.
What else
There's
did I get?
There's a lot of things that we haven't listed.
You got stuff. What else did I get?
Oh, who cares?
Oh, I got two bags of rainbows.
Yeah, big rainbows.
Big
Not like
ones.
we usually do 10 gallons, as you know us. So he had to share the rainbows with my angels right now, and they were getting along, swelling. Actually,
They look beautiful.
Ridiculous.
Fun fact: all 4 of these tanks have rainbow fish. You can't see the 2 underneath, but they all do. And Shelby agreed to phase the. Oh wait, yeah, it's this one. We're gonna turn this sideways and run towards like the front door, and then the other rack will come out here. But then we can put 55-gallon tanks on top. So the other rainbows are gonna go in this.
I just remembered that it had 55 gallons on top at one time. So, we'll just do it again. And because someone keeps buying big fish. So the B word.
I do not buy those kind of fish. I buy pears, okay?
Those rainbows are huge.
I buy nice
not
fish.
These ones, but yeah.
Not mean fish.
Oh, I was just kidding. Welcome in Nano Aquarium Guy and Silver Creek Aquarius. Oh my gosh. Words don't want to work today.
We did not sleep very much last night. We'll come up here now. And then shout out James from Fish Room Fever. Him and the whole gang, Lefty, Ed. Sadly, not the whole gang. Rico wasn't there. But Danikin, the duo themselves, was both there. Got to meet both of them in person for the first time. Man, we got to meet so many great people for the first time. I know Mary Page isn't going to be on here tonight, so I got to say,
hoping for a quick recovery.
That was one of the best. I knew exactly who she was. She was walking down the stairs, grabbed me, gave me a huge, big hug. So it was so great to meet her, see her in person. We took a picture to make sure she could rub it in Father Fish's face that he wasn't there hanging out with us. But, man, so many great people there.
So Gary said he saw us on Lucas live stream. It looked like fun there. Yes, it was. I couldn't believe he was doing it. I was like, what's he doing over there? He's streaming?
I was trying to sneak in so I could put my fish in the cooler. But I didn't want to, go in there and then other stuff turn up missing because there was quite a few books that were missing, I guess. And I don't think we sold all 10 of our Pink Flamingo Crips. I think one of them might have walked away. But
it happens at these shows that you can't have control over, but it was pretty cool.
And it was our first show selling shrimp food. We sold a decent amount, I would say, because we sold a lot of sampler packs. Like, I know the Bloomfields think that the Complete's their best seller, but for that first time buyer, that sampler pack is what needs to go. Until you start getting 5 or 6 tanks going, the sampler pack makes so much sense.
Welcome in, Johnny B. Matt said, if I order them orange shrimp right now, will you ship them before you go to Dallas? If you order tonight, we will ship them out tomorrow morning.
If you order
Thanks for making me do more work
tomorrow, no. I cannot get anything that's placed afternoon probably. I will be busy catching and bagging replanting and stuff, because this is also the first show where we have purchased a numerous amount of plants from a nursery and quarantined it ourselves and raised it up. It was a hit or a miss on some of the plants because I'm pretty sure they grow them a lot immersed, and then we brought them in submerged, and then we left them in a bag basically immersed again. So it was a lot of shock to the plant. So I'm thinking more than 2 weeks is needed for other plants. But the Anubias were champs. The Crips were champs. We sold Mosaic, the Laguidia. I'm not even going to butcher the Latin name, but the Mosaic plant, it's like a lily that breaks off.
So Spaz said, sorry about your home incident. Appreciate you still being able to ship out my order. Always. We try to take care of the customer regardless of what's going on, because you guys paid for the service. You get the service.
But by the time you had messaged me, we pretty much had already had a game plan figured out. It was just getting it all done, and then I knew we would have time after lunch to get out the orders that needed to be done. Lucky the only Carradina was Yellow King Kong, so that made things really easy.
Hello, Mystery Snail Gardens. Welcome in. Welcome, Jeff Kane. And hello, Robert. Made it in from Ray Aquatics.
And that man knows how to do fish clubs. He might not know his Latin or anything like that, but man, he knows where the deals are. He knows how to get around. I'm telling you what. But he hated us going up them stairs, didn't you, Robert? It feels good to be young. I really was rubbing that in on you guys and the Goomans.
Yeah.
I had to. You guys were making fun. So to make things even worse, since we're using the stairs at our hotel because it's a sketchy elevator, we hit the 4th floor, brings you up to the 5th floor, and then like the elevator does this like shake thing and the doors don't want to open up, and you're like, well, I guess it's gonna not. We're gonna be stuck in here. And then it opens, and you're like, all right, well, I'm not getting back in that thing to go down to 4. And you take the stairs and go down. So we ended up just taking the stairs most of the entire trip. But I pressed the door open thinking an emergency door would be the closest one to the hallway. And I hyperextended my fingers and bent them back and had to put a bracelet and brace on my wrist. And the Gooman twins, a couple people are poking fun of me. But man, walking up to Rusty's house, that steep hill, karma really got you all, didn't it? Because you all were hurting the next day, and I was feeling great. Probably lost like 10 pounds at the show just from all the walking we did. But
yes, and thank you again, Robert, for driving us and your lovely wife. It was enjoyable. Made that night. What was that noise?
I'll go check with the dogs.
That was a weird noise. Hello, Mason Brando. Hopefully we'll see you next week at the auction, and we're excited for our cichlid people are coming to do a talk. Hello. Welcome in, Chris Trapp. Let's Fly River outside in the summer. Well, it's up north. It was a little bit cooler, but yes, Fly River outside. They need big ponds. Most of them survive out there. Looked happy as could be in that pond. I actually have on my TikTok, if you follow me, you can see the beautiful Fly River turtle. And to that as well, I will be posting another TikTok tomorrow of the paddlefish, and they were big. And how big was the paddle in Fly River Pond? Very big. At least longer than 12.
In the pond, and
right.
We were never able to see them in the large pond.
Yeah, it was at least 15 feet long, and it's really big. You should check out. There's multiple videos of Rusty's house tour.
We will have. I took footage of the ponds and stuff like that. So we, unlike Lucas, who left his camera in the car.
Stop! If he's watching, he's so mad right now. He was literally every single anytime we were around him, he's like, "I'm so upset."
He was flip flopping. He's like, "Man, I wish I had my camera for Rusty's." And then the other one was, "Man, I'm so happy I got them low boys." So he just kept saying like either one of those, like every hour. He's just like Georgia had just a seasonal sensation of flavors and smells. It was stinky in Georgia. Why are you so smelly? A lot of roadkill, a lot of skunk.
Stop talking. The money shrimp is coming. Thank you so much, Mark Sturleson, for the 10. Didn't mean, but you get too many shrimps tonight. It just, it's what you get.
Oh, there's a $3 super sticker, so we doubled up on it.
Thank you
guys
for making it in, Fantastic Freaks. Nope, gonna have to play it for them. You don't not play it.
Yeah, you gotta get your own. Just because somebody got double doesn't mean he gets to miss his.
Oh, that's annoying that doesn't show up though.
All right.
It bothers me.
But We were able to barely stack Lucas's truck on the way home because of those 50 little boys. We got a bunch of wood from ZooMed. It's fine. You're like freaking out. Like
I thought it was gonna like.
This is your idea, by the way. Your idea.
Sorry, just kick that. Like, it was my idea. It was a little bit better. I don't know. I was just trying to make everyone have a better video. Oh. All right. We're so far behind. It's not even funny. You need to stop talking. Thank you so much, Killer Kitty, for the $2 super sticker.
If I stop talking, though,
stop talking.
Nobody will know what happened. Everybody's donating this money because we made something out to be horrible. It's horrible.
It is horrible. It's really horrible. And don't like underplay it. It's definitely bad. And let's just hope we don't. Let's hope it's not.
I'm not stress out about it. I'm gonna go enjoy Dallas.
I am so stressed. Home, I will be stressed the whole time. Don't ask me if I'm.
It's good enough though that we can stop what's going on, so we can enjoy Dallas and then come home, and then take care of it.
Hello, welcome in, Lonnie.
The next 2 days though kind of suck, especially for me because I have a horrible. I wash my hands after I touch every tank, every bag, everything, and we have to have the water running. That's a problem.
Yeah. Hello, Select Pack. Said good to see you all again at the Triple Crown. Can't stay long. 3 a.m. work comes fast. Wow.
It was great seeing you, though, man. Anytime we see you guys, it's always a good show.
Goodness gracious. So you know what? You people need to introduce yourself as your name.
Sat behind me at the Babes auction.
I was working at the Babes auction, so that's.
You never looked in my direction.
No, I didn't even see him like buy the bags. I'm looking at everything. Yeah, I was making sure they.
She ran the auction at Rusty's house too, and she didn't realize I bought 2 bags of koi fish. I turned home and made her carry them down the hill for me. Just kidding. I went to go look for Lucas, so I didn't have to move this box in and out of the crowd. And I'm like, hold this for me. And the next thing I know, I see them and Ray getting a head start probably to get down the hill. Okay, but it's so confusing. Anyways, and then we got the Florida crew behind you, like, oh, he really does make you do everything.
Yeah, Ryan took the box and carried it the rest of the way.
Thank you, Ryan. That's when he put the card in there. It had to have been.
No, he could not hold that and walk down. There was also a slick area that everyone was like really worried that we were all just gonna bust down and really hurt ourselves. It was so fun, but it was so awesome. It was enjoyable, but it was funny because someone was gonna record Ryan not helping me, and then someone else that we know, like I will remember the name later. Was joking about filming and saying that Shelby really does do everything. And then, and here's Ryan. That's not helping either.
Is it Richard Reynolds?
No.
We got to meet Richard Reynolds in person, too.
That's the one I told you that it took me a full day to get that was Richard Reynolds in our chat to Richard Reynolds in person.
Yeah, so
a whole day. We were driving home, and it's him and Lucas talking. And I'm like passed out at this point. And I just wake up and I sit up and I was like, it took me a full day to realize the Richard we hung out all weekend with was the Richard that's in our channel almost every time. I felt so stupid. I'm very bad with names. I will remember your face and I will remember like some of the things we talked about, but remembering your name is going to be very hard for me. It took me years to remember some of the club members' names, and I talk to them every single time I see them. So hello, Verily. Welcome in.
But that was basically the trip. It cost like $400 in gas in his Sprinter van, which isn't that bad. It's probably what we would have spent in our truck either way. And Lucas did all the driving, so got to give it to the man. He really took care of us this weekend.
That's how it's. Wow, look at all these beautiful people, stairs and all. That was me with all the fish tubers. I was like, there are so many of you. And I'm like, I was really overwhelmed because I wanted to say hi to everybody, but like, I sometimes don't get on some people's YouTubes. I can't put their name to their face, and I'll know their name for chat, but I won't see their face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I really like them.
Shelby, it's one of those unwritten laws. There's way too many of us. You can't possibly watch everyone's channel. But if they support you and you recognize the name and stuff like that, you just gotta go, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yep. I was Jenna P. I was actually afraid to talk
with
to her.
Stephen P. in person on these chats and stuff like that. And I didn't recognize him when he was in front of me because he was wearing a Misfits and Reptiles shirt. And I was like, yo, this is messing with my brain. Who is this guy? I'm like, it's freaking Stephen P.
Hello, Roscoe M. Folsom Jr. That was a mouthful. Select Pet said, those twins are great if they don't get you in trouble. I know, but I'd probably get them in trouble.
They'd probably get me in trouble. I could see them get me
for
do
sure.
something stupid. I don't do well to peer pressure. And if the right couple guys are having a good time, we're like, hey, you should go do that. I almost got in trouble by security. They had the UFC fight going on right next to where all the UFC fighters are. No, right next to where all the YouTubers are chilling and hanging out outside. And I'm going, I got to move this curtain so I can hang out with everybody and just watch the fights. And so I take the curtain and I use a barrel to pin it up so I can watch it. And I don't even get to the door before security's like, put that back, boy. I'm like, I can't do that. He's like, no, I'll open the curtain. Like I was some kind of
he probably did. You should have looked for if there's a curtain puller first.
Raised in a barn.
It was really funny. And everyone outside with the fish YouTubers were just watching and waiting for Grant to get in trouble because we watched security come up and Grant just and everyone's like,
nobody even gave me a heads up.
No.
Man.
No, he had to defend for himself.
It's okay. It's okay. When things got rowdy in Brandon's hotel room and they were too loud, I went and handled security. I'm good with them.
So Ed said I went in collecting to Laquitos, Peru in 2005. I hope I said that right. We cannot wait. We
Especially
have been irking to go to Peru. And we're lucky that we had our children young, so they will be of age and we will still be young, hopefully, and still in good health, hopefully. And we will be able to travel and go collecting and do things like this. But got a couple collecting trips this year that I'm really, really pushing for. So
we're going to go collecting with Ryan also. Go get some Florida native killifish.
Yeah, and I think that's soon, right?
When we get back from Dallas, it was Layla's birthday last month, and we promised her some chameleons. And I have a buddy in the Orlando area, which is where Ryan lives, that breeds his own panther chameleons, and I can get 2 unrelated lines. So we're going to get her some chameleons, and when we're in Dallas, if they have the cages and everything from Dallas or Houston Frogs, we'll be taking home at least whatever we can use from them.
Matt said, did he just offer to sell Shelby? I feel like you did. You probably did. At the right price.
I don't think Elon's got enough money anymore.
Slick Pet said Shelby never did go up for sale in that auction. Nope. Luckily, no. Well, they did tell me to dress pretty, though. I saw what was going
on. I got her out of there beforehand.
Right.
I was like, no.
So at the beginning, really funny inside joke to me and Carrie and a couple other girls that were standing up there. The way they were talking at the beginning of the auction was just like, we're just going to auction off everything, blah, blah, blah. And we want you guys to look real good. And I'm like, are you trying to auction the women off too? Like, are we supposed to go home and do your water changes or something? Because that's going to cost a lot of money. Like, it better run up to like $50,000, $60,000. And that better be for just a month because I'm expensive. Right. Scotty the Fish Freak, welcome in. If I didn't say hi to you, I swear I didn't.
Man.
Said Goomans are great. They used to come to the Clash. They might even come this year.
If you tell them that we're at the Clash, that might encourage them to go a little bit because I think I asked Dan if he was going
There's
to
a
the
few
Keystone
people, for
Clash,
sure.
and he's like, "No, you're going to the OCA though." And I'm like, "Okay," but I think they should go to the Keystone Clash, man.
Welcome in, big dog. Said 5 said meeting all the fellow fish tubers was legit.
It was great. You get to meet everyone at all these shows, and every show you get to meet new people. It was
Scotty,
such a great experience.
The Killy's book was Killy Fish by Ed Warner, and it is really good. Yeah, I told you, photographic memory. I love it. But it's all written by him and him breeding for 12 years, it says. And it's all just what he did to breed his Killies as good as he did. How to breed the ones you use with peat moss and dry the eggs out, and the ones that lay the eggs in the tank. So it was really cool.
We're a whole 40 minutes behind in stream. I think this is what we're going to have to do. I think I just need to get on with it and say the tragedy.
Hold on, after Alan.
Okay.
Welcome in, Alan. Said, hey, guys, how did the Triple Crown go? Did you sell a lot of things? I hope so.
The trip was worth it. We sold a lot. We bought a lot. Whatever we brought home's coming with us to Dallas. So it was a great show. Okay, that's great.
You can go on.
I just trusted them. I assumed it was going to a good thing. So we get to Lucas's house. We load up into our truck. We make it all the way home. We didn't even have to stop for gas. I thought we were going to have to, but we made it all the way home. And I think it was 3 o'clock when we got home. Really tired. And I always have to do this thing when I get home. There's just so much going on. The first thing I do is do like a walk around the house and just make sure there's no puddles, right? That's like the first obvious sign. I don't like to turn on the lights or anything like that. So I literally have this flashlight and I'll take it through the house and just glance through everything really quickly. And got all the way into Jaden's room and there was a decent flood. And I kind of like thought it was going to be a little bit easier to fix than what it actually ended up turning out to be. So it's a little bit of a bummer. We've got like these pipes coming out of the ground that go into one of our hand washing stations in the garage. It's also where we connect our RO unit up and run our waistline, and our laundry room's right there. And it's basically coming up from copper pipes down underneath the concrete. And there's nothing that I can do about it. Basically, until we get back from Dallas. It's such a huge project. In order for us to tackle it or get it done, sorry, Layla needs a battery.
No.
It's just too big of a project to do. We're leaving in 2 days again to go to Dallas. And because of that, we got to basically just turn off the water when we leave. It sucks right now because I can't wash my hands or anything like that. There is a bit of damage in Jaden's room. We're probably going to have to re-drywall everything. The good thing is about Jaden's room is it was a porch with a step down, and all the foundation is lower than the rest of the house, basically. So it's just Jaden's room that is being affected, and like a little bit of the garage, just because the water is in between the wall of Jaden's room and the garage. But the way our house slopes, it's all in Jaden's room. It's probably not as bad as it could have been, but it's a slow leak, so we're lucky for that. The other bad thing is our hot water pump. So last month we got a really, really expensive electric bill, and I'm kind of thinking it's because we've had a leak in the hot water pipe and it's just filled up whatever aquifer reservoir or whatever's underneath our house and is now just coming up from underneath the ground because it has nowhere else to go underneath. Who knows how long it was running. We had a really bad storm right before we left. and there was a little bit of water in Jaden's room, and it's not unexpected to happen. Plus, I was doing like emergency water changes, so I just kind of thought it was water from us hustling and getting around. Probably should have inspected that a little bit better, but Shelby saw it, and I was just like, nah, don't worry about it. We got other things to do more important. And I probably should have looked at it and then turned the water off. So,
but we were
it's
really
probably going to cost us a decent electric bill again.
We were really thankful my dad came over today, helped us kind of locate it, see what's going on, and he's actually going to help us while we're gone to see if there's a quick and easy fix instead of cutting a slab of concrete out to see where this is busted. So hopefully the pipes are a little bit better, but thankfully he came over and helped ease our mind a little bit and help us cap it off and at least get to Dallas, because it was a questionable thing whether we had to skip Dallas because of this right now. So thank you, Dad. I know you're always watching, so thanks so much.
And it's a good thing, though, because we can probably just cap right after it dumps water into our washing machine, and then make a T off of that to run our RO unit. We don't really ever use the hand washing station in the garage. It's literally just connected to the RO water for me to turn it on and off, and then drain is where we run the wastewater. So it was one of those things where we kind of freaked out until we got enough of the wall torn away, and I kind of had a feeling this morning that it was coming up from the ground. But her dad definitely reassured us on that.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
And then basically because of all the water damage. Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I stay on track and I don't forget something. The water damage is so bad that the stands are probably all going to need to taken down. I don't know if we're going to have to cut the bottoms off and drop them onto blocks. It'll give us more room to work with on the top tanks, and it's not really an issue because we do it with the tanks on the new rack. But we never painted Jaden's stand. So for that reason, and because of how much water it's been sitting in for like a week now, it's probably best for us when we set up the new rack for 90 10-gallon tanks to take all the tanks in Jaden's room, throw them up on the new rack. Shelby wants to add 2 55s, so 2 of the 55s will probably come out of Jaden's room. That Tangerine Tiger tank is
needing a reset.
I mean, not even needing a reset, but like on. Take all the tank.
Thank you so much, Johnny B, for the $5 super sticker. We never see these.
Yeah, it's
much appreciated.
Yeah, hopefully it's not going to be an expensive fix. I'm hoping we can cap it. We don't have to rent. We're not going to pay for a plumbing company to come out. We'll fix it ourselves. It's just I got to get home from Dallas and jump like right into doing water changes on Shelby's fish, especially because we got so many of them going on now. I can't believe how much fish are in the house. Like if we were to do a tour of the house and didn't show any close-ups, nobody would know that there were shrimp in our tanks. They would just assume we were keeping all fish at this point.
Sorry, we're so far behind.
And poor Jaden. The kids are still up and running around tonight. That's why we're a little scatterbrained right now, because they're both in Layla's room because Jaden's room is just a mess right now. So
thank you so much, Johnny B.
Yeah. Appreciate it. It's not so much needed, but it definitely helps Shelby ease her mind because she doesn't have faith that me and Eddie can fix it if it comes down to it. So she thinks we're going to have to hire professionals, and of course the pros cost money. But I'm not going to stress about it. We're going to turn the water off and go to Dallas. We're going to enjoy Dallas. We're going to enjoy those hot showers in the hotel. And if the first thing we're doing when we get there is testing the hot water to make sure it's cranking. And then tomorrow I'm going to have to take you to Thai food for lunch. We didn't even have time for that today. We got all the orders out today. We got everything taken care of that needed to be taken care of so we can get to Dallas. But Probably couldn't have done that if Shelby's dad hadn't come over and helped us, because he took off the sink, cut out a large chunk of the wall, went to Home Depot, got plugs so we can turn on our water and use it when we need to. It's just going to drip and come up from the floor, so it just sucks.
All right, we're so far behind.
It's okay. We've got each other. We'll make it through it.
Matt said he's not going to Clash. How dare you?
Oh.
How dare you, Matt? How dare you have a life? It's like Pat said, Brandon is great, one of a kind. Yeah, who's cool. So, the whole way up, actually, Lucas was talking about getting a blue Galaris Achilles fish, and so hyped about it. And I'm like, what are these? Like, why are you so excited about these? Like, I love Achilles fish, but I mean, he was looking for them. And sure enough, we get to Brandon's house, and he has a pair of blue Galaris, or he might have had two males. I can't remember, but they were huge and beautiful. And I was like, oh, crap. Now I have something new I need.
All right. Here's what I think we should do.
No, we're not listening.
No.
It's about it.
I think we should change subjects. We'll probably come back to it since we're so far behind in chat. But I really don't like people feeling sorry for us or down moments or anything like that. Like, we've gotten through way bigger things than this before. It was just not what you want to come home to at 3:00 in the morning and not knowing really how bad it was. It really is like a worst case situation, but we can probably get around it. So there's a loophole. So I'm going to just hold on to that loophole and get through my week in Dallas. And when I get home, we'll find out if the loophole worked. Maybe Shelby's dad's just going to do it for us and call us up, surprise us. That'd be great news. But if he can't and we get home, I'm not really too worried about the whole situation. We'll be able to take care of it.
Chris George has got to be proud that both of your kids are doing well at such a young age. Yep.
But I think you should switch spots with me. Let me run chat, and then you talk.
We're going to be 3 hours behind.
You talk to everybody about your new project, because this weekend has solidified something.
That's coming
up. No, that's what I'm saying. Let me run through chat.
Give me a second. Goodness gracious. But interrupting me because you're not good at this. Thank you, Alan Tooth, for the $10. He said, here's a little bit towards the flood fund. Sorry to hear that happened to you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we're hoping it's not too bad. It is an older house, so the piping's a little weird.
I didn't know I even had all copper pipes. You would think my shrimp would be like really suffering from all that copper.
But that's the thing. We don't know if the copper pipes run through the whole house because of the fact that this is such a strange build-on add-on to the house. So it might have just been at the time.
No, my dad never built or added on. That was the only original wall there.
The money shrimp is interrupting. You see the glare he gives you?
Switch sides.
No.
I'm coming around.
I'm just going to keep playing it over and over to get in your way. I will find where it is, though.
Okay.
Hold on. We were almost there. Now we're all lost again. We're almost there.
Oh, man. We're really far back.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys.
No, we're gonna catch up. I'm gonna track through this. Stephen P is going, I hate when this happens.
See, there it is. But we're almost there.
I just don't think I'd be able to tell the stories without skipping chat for a while every now and then.
The Fly River turtle is in an outside pond. Very nice.
I got it.
Okay. Well,
Rusty puts it inside though during the winter.
And Spaz said, I have shrimp coming too. Super excited. Yes, those went out. Was excited. Rob said, love that your kids are into aquascaping too. My favorite visitors to Shrimp Envy is when they bring their kids and the kids know more than the parents about shrimp and they're super excited.
There was this little kid coming around, and if he just wanted shrimp, I would have given him a bag. But he I can't even remember what he said, but he's like, I think it was like, nope, don't have a tank ready for that, or nothing. They can't go in my tank. He knew what it was about, but he thought they were cool for a second. And then there was another little kid though that was like, "Can I have this moss?" I was like, $5. And like he looked at his dad. His dad didn't. He never looked back. And then they like walked away. The kid was really sad. I was like, "Here you go. Just take one." The kid was so happy. How do you not do that?
Matt said kind of like Garden of Shelby. Oh, I'm the only one that doesn't actually belong in the Garden of Eden.
I see what she's doing now. I get it. Okay, someone read ahead.
Yeah. So Benjamin Peters kind of beat us to the punchline here. That Shelby needs Achilles rack, but give me 1 second. We'll get back to that. Zinginger said, "No pity. I would just like to hear more of Grant's British accent."
I
have to
can't
say
do
money
them on
shrimp.
command though.
Aw.
I can't do it on command.
You can't.
It has to come naturally. It sounds horrible when I do it on command. I'm not gonna try. It's embarrassing.
A little bit. And I can only do accents by screaming. So it just sounds like I'm yelling at you when I use any accent. It doesn't matter what it is.
Demonic.
It's pretty bad. I could do it, but it's just I should be yelling. But anyways, back to I can't find it now. You're gonna have to go find it.
You take over.
Oh, down. We were definitely there. Okay, right there. But yes, we actually just discussed it today. We were talking about the way we need to move the racks because our idea before, it is a nice hat. I love it.
You talk to them.
I'm trying.
I'll talk
I'm
to
distracted.
to the chat.
Yeah. But we had a beautiful rack planned out with the 90 10-gallon tanks, okay? And we laid down the wood, and it's a little bit bigger than we had anticipated. So we got to make it work and move other racks, but not move them and get rid of them. We just have to move them in different ways. So he was already talking and was talking to my dad about it today. And my dad was like, "Yeah, sounds good." And I'm like, "Dad, you're supposed to be on my side. And you're supposed to tell, no, I don't know about that. Like give it, you always got to be skeptical first." But I thought it was funny. It was actually a good idea. So creating like the maze is starting. He is slowly starting, but back to my Achilles.
I was looking at them Cobalt complete tanks thinking, I can fit 3 of these right in the first loop.
Oh my god.
And I could grease Wes's wheels a little bit, probably get one for each rug,
I love those rugs. I don't think
they have rugs. And I don't think people know about these rugs, and they hold a ridiculous amount of water. And for those who overflood their RO unit, maybe sometimes they could come home to a wet rug instead of a river.
But so with knowing that,
hold on.
Oh my! Can I just speak for
this
once?
Is the part where we tell you exactly how many pairs of Achilles fish we got, because Shelby thought it was 4. If you were here earlier, how many did we get, Shelby?
9 pairs.
Maybe 10 though.
It might be 10 because we did have a couple. I don't think.
I'm assuming it's at least 9, possibly 10. But yeah, continue.
But so we have the hallway tanks that are 3 40 gallons, and then we have 2. Are they 20 longs? Or are they 30 longs in the hallway?
20 longs.
And then the 3 10 gallons on top. And it's just kind of inefficient. I cannot tell you how many times me and Grant have actually hit our head really hard on the 10-gallon tanks that slightly hang off the rack. One of the most frustrating, and it's one of those areas that need to be redone. So some of those tanks, some of them are doing really well, but could use a complete refresh. So it's time to tear it down. Hopefully after we do the big tank in the middle of the living room. And we'll definitely see him, and hopefully he doesn't bring any new art though, because I'm gonna be broke.
I think Chris lives in Austin or something like that, so he's gonna be in Aquashella again.
Okay.
So you'll recognize
Okay.
him as soon as you see him.
I probably
She's just bad
saw
with
you.
names.
Yes, I'm terrible.
And then she's really bad if she can't remember Richard Reynolds. And we've hung out with the guy for like a couple hours at that point.
And I've met him before too. It's the worst part. Like I knew his face instantly, and I'm like, all right, what's up? Like, but.
And I was waiting for Richard to pop into chat.
He might be busy today. It is a long show.
To announce our big news with Richard, but
yeah,
to be continued.
But so what we're going to do is completely break down that rack system and do my Killifish corner. And it's going to be Killy's corner. I'm excited. We're going to repaint the whole corner. I'm probably going to do some paintings on the wall in the corner. And it's going to be more of a, it's kind of dark in the hallway anyway. So I'm probably not going to be doing much of lights for the Killies because they don't really care for lights. And if I do, I would do like a ton of floaters and stuff, so it keeps it kind of dark, and some of them might be black water tanks, but it's going to be a dark little corner, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be 2 gallons for most of them. They do like tighter spaces, and they like to breed in tighter spaces, and then they'll get their own individual tanks, and then their fry will have their own tanks. And then, of course, on the very top is probably going to be all my eggs. And hopefully by the beginning of next year, I'm hoping to have those on the website.
It's what happens when I don't sleep for 2 days. And there was no water pressure because there was dirt in the pipes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was clogged and blocked. So
yeah,
the first 2 days, we were barely able to get through it.
I hate that hotel.
Something else came up.
Terrible.
Pipes.
Oh, the pool was really disgusting. The kids only got to go in it once, and then I was like, their hot tub was closed down as well for bacteria. So not a good hotel. I would not recommend it. Do not stay there. Absolutely not. Stay 4 minutes away and drive. Like seriously,
or stay at the hotel that the
Marriott. They were booked. So
yeah.
But and then we're probably going to build another rack the other way, but we haven't decided. We have to build the Killies rack first to see how much room, because 2.5 gallons are going to be like nothing. So it's going to take up less room. Oh, perfect.
See, I remember conversations and everything that's going on. Shelby's going to remember you. She's going to feel really bad. Just you wait.
I'm going to be like, oh, I suck. So it's bad. I'm really sorry. If I ever forget you, trust me, I do not mean to, and I actually enjoy everybody. It's just I don't remember very much.
And we sold a lot of the soy ahoy at the show. We've got to make more. I'll be busy doing that tomorrow at some point, I'm sure. But when we get back from Dallas, you know what's coming. The bee's knees.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of things in the works and projects. It's more of me taking off with some of my fish and doing something that I actually enjoy for once, finally. I do love the shrimp, but I'm a big fish person, and I like those fish that you don't see too often. I do really well with everything else. Like I've bred cories, I've bred angelfish, I've bred beta fish. I haven't bred my alien betas. They don't like me. Just kidding. They're going to have a cool new take with one of the new racks. I think that's what I'm going to do on the other side.
So Scuba Steve is a real hero at these shows. He makes everyone feel a part of the YouTube creators when he gets everyone to sign his poster, t-shirt, and he helps me out wherever he can. That man does whatever he can for the fish fam, and we hold ourselves to some higher standards, higher quality, especially when Sam Scales is like, man, that's needle leaf. You should be selling it as needle, not narrow. I'm like, I think I just set my higher standards than the sites that you're showing me, because needle leaf is tinier than this, man. And anyways, I just felt like the Laguidia, and there's just 2 different types of Laguidias I gave him, maybe something else, I can't remember, but they were kind of falling apart a little bit, and they weren't the TGOE quality like that we like to sell everybody. So I felt instead of letting it melt away, giving it to a local would be the best thing. And what better local to give it to than Steve-O? Scuba Steve, man. You got to come out with that logo and t-shirts. I'm part of the Scuba Squad, but I will accept you into the Eater clan, and it is mandatory to wear the shoes for the clan meetings.
I've just bought a pair of my own shoes this year. I don't wear them out; they're house shoes.
It was hilarious. The three of us were all wearing the same shoes.
Matt saying, "Eek, they're 32 minutes." Yeah, it really bothers him. He's like, "I'm done with you guys."
Yeah, we're talking to people.
He's trying to take his own wrench away.
Steve left 10 minutes ago.
Scotty said the 2 Ricos.
Did you have more to talk about the Achilles?
No.
No? You got it all out before I interrupted you?
Kind of.
All right.
I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but I'm excited.
Yeah, we what else did you get from the Keystone Cup? I got three different groups of Goodyears.
Mm-hmm. So I can't even pronounce the Latin names. It's very difficult. But I have their origins, which I've oddly found out about that this week in the Goodyear auction, talking to like 5 people about you need to know where your Goodyears come from, or Goodyears, or there's like 6 different ways people are pronouncing this, but you need to know where it comes from in order for that fish to be legit. So like my San Marcos and then these other 2 literally have like a paragraph written on there.
Matt just placed an order, so we have his address. I could share it on the screen if anybody wanted to send him something funny. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
People are like, I'm never going to send Grant his address.
I thought that said frog bite. I was like, we put frog bite on the...
Nope. You got some
Actually,
some good
I think
food.
we do have some for sale. Alan said, Shelby, your red galaxies are doing amazing, growing fast. It's wonderful. Give them back. I'm just kidding. I love them so much. I have 3 tanks of them now.
I thought you had 4.
3.
Oh.
3 tanks of them now, and different qualities in each one, but beautiful in their own way, like bright red and then the darker red and then some with the white, more of a fishbone pattern, but they are my favorite.
A pea puffer jumped out of the tank. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever heard of pea puffers jump in. Definitely worried about the Achilles. We had a koi jump out of the hot tub. I put all of Rusty's koi in there.
I could just imagine that little pea puffer right now getting scared of the thunder. Just woo right out of the tank. Oh, I would
mouth to mouth. I think Jamie noticed it and probably threw it back right
away. Yeah. That's crazy.
And then don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you guys so much. How's everyone doing tonight? We're all right. We're getting through it.
Thank you. Oh, we're getting there. Really far behind, but we're getting there.
I should just never sleep on Sunday.
Chris said, I was the one who commented on Shelby carrying the box down the hill. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm terrible.
There we go.
I told you it was someone that followed us. Okay.
Oh,
Chris,
man.
You're awesome. I enjoyed your company. He would make like comments. Okay. I saw you several times.
He's hanging out with us a lot this weekend.
You're
so
awesome.
I was like, you're going to kick yourself when you realize who it is.
That actually made my day. I was like, it's someone that watches us. I'm like, I just can't remember. Perfect. Pea swimmer. Pea swimmer.
Gary, I probably will not be at the T-Bass meeting on the 20th. Shelby is taking off too many Saturdays, and I think she's got to work that day. And I'll probably be building the stand for the 90 10-gallon tanks because that has to get done ASAP now, especially since
we're full.
Jaden's room is compromised. I'm probably going to have to redo all the drywall in his room, re-insulate everything.
A lot of work to get done.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
But when we rebuild it, it'll be built better.
Steven said Shelby did well at the BITC. Never mind. That's funny.
She was Chris Biggs' go-to showgirl for it. Nobody wanted to make their way over to him.
Yeah, people were not understanding the program during that auction. That's what happens when we get so far behind. We don't even know what this is.
Yep.
Sneak in, maybe.
Sneak in.
We don't know. We're one of those people that sneak into things. So, Select Pet said, Shelby, done forgot me. I'm the one that also met you in the parking lot when you arrived and helped carry in your towns. I'm sorry, and I know who you are too.
We met him in Tennessee
instantly. Yep,
So-
short brown hair, and I don't know other descriptions, but I 100%. I will tell you. Okay, give me one second. Select. I will tell you. I know you when I see your face. I'll be like, I didn't forget you. I just might forget your name.
Yeah, overwhelmed was an understatement. I mean,
I asked about you after you helped us with the totes. I was like, who was that? Why were they so friendly? Overwhelmed is an understatement. I was bad. So glad. Did you read the whole thing?
Yeah, I read it.
I'm proud to meet him.
It was.
I was
great
definitely
show.
overwhelmed.
There was a lot of great people there.
Aw. They just must have missed each other every time. Crown wishes to warm up for the main event, the Clash.
For us, it really was the warm up because we had 2 shows back to back, and then the Keystone Clash is this very beginning to our 3 shows back to back weeks.
We'll see.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh man, I'm gonna go crazy. Thank you
Appreciate
so much,
it, guys. Back to lurking. That's right. About the Keystone Clash being, or the Triple Crown being the warm up.
Hello, Zen Ginger. And you know you donated. I didn't get to say hello to you. Scotty said, about time you get here.
That was 33 minutes ago.
They are probably 3 Ricos behind in chat now. Oh, man.
Nope, only 2.
Patty said, yes. I'll be going to the Clash regardless of what the Lionfish Fam link page says or does not say. I love the little... well, I hope to meet you there. Don't be offended if I forget your name. Please just say it again. I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves every single time.
Well, I am down if you're down to make your house the pit stop on the way into Kentucky. I think we travel through Louisville quite a bit, possibly even when we drive to Chicago. So always down to hang out if you are.
But on that note too, Brandon, the kids literally after we left were like, oh, we're gonna go back there tomorrow, right?
No, they thought we were coming back tonight. They thought we were going back tonight.
Half drive.
Yeah.
They thought they were coming back to hang out, and they're like, oh man.
The kids probably didn't realize how long the trip really was because they got to sleep in his ginormous van and
so comfy for them.
Time traveling when you travel and sleep in the car.
Let me tell you, that van fit a lot of fish. 3 huge tanks, 3 little tanks, 10 gallons with boxes, filters, lights, and everything, and several totes. That thing is a gem, and it gets the same gas mileage as our truck. So
here's a little pro tip. Kids are expensive. Take advantage of the kids aquascape contest because it's usually only like $10 to get the kid in, or sometimes it's free, and you get to keep everything. So for $10, we got our 10-gallon tanks. And we got lights, filters, gravel, net,
water conditioner,
a little bit of food.
I mean,
and then they had extra tanks. I was like, I'll make another donation. How much to get more tanks? And it's like, you serious? I'm like, 90 tanks, serious? What she got for me? And she's like, I'll do another one for $10. I was like, sold. And
someone else was supposed to give us
on the
$10.
auctions. I got a Coal Master t-shirt. It's got a nice bass on it.
Welcome in, Xandadoodoo.
Quite happy with myself with that one.
You're gonna have to show it off on the next stream. We should wear it Wednesday.
I've got some growing to do. It's an extra large.
Oh.
It's for future Grant. It's a Chuck Davis original. I had to have it. I know one day I won't. be able to fit in
Right.
this.
Chuck
large
Davis
shirt
used to
anymore.
run collecting towards the near state after he left us and moved to Florida.
Yeah, well, he's ours now, and you can't have him back. He's our. He's actually my meter on whether or not I'm gonna do a good talk or not. So if I can keep that man awake and interested, that's my goal.
Sin Ginger said Shelby's price noted. She's gonna hit the lottery and she's gonna call me up to come clean her tanks for her.
And I know Bentley's not going to be in our chat, but we got to meet Bentley Pasco rainbow fish breeder.
It's not Pasco. We live in Pasco.
I know,
Bosco.
All right, well,
Good try.
he said my name
He's
wrong
terrible.
in the video, so touche.
What is it, Eder?
No, he said Garrett, I think.
Garrett. I like it. Love it.
So, but
Gonna call you that from now on.
he interviewed a lot of the fish tubers, so he should be having a pretty cool video coming out. He was pretending like he won the lottery and asked everybody what they would put in a
Why are you
150
telling
gallon
his
tank.
video already?
Because you want to find my answer.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think I'm going to put in a 150 gallon tank? You got to find out on his channel.
Spaz
He
said,
gave me an unlimited price. You know what I mean?
besides your food and shrimp envy, is there any other foods you feed your shrimp?
Yeah, so we use the CSF foods. They're called, or I think it's like crystal shrimp food or something like that.
I read it wrong.
We use the Nettles and the Omni Pro. And then we also, for the shrimp outside, we use
Bug Pro.
Bug Pro and
Sweet Treat.
Sweet Treat. Thank you. From
Chaz.
at
Elevate Shrimp.
Boom.
I do remember some stuff. But Chaz has been around for a long time, so a good buddy of ours. And one new thing I do want to try is green beans. I'm hoping to try that, but I got to be here to do that because it's one of those things you don't want to foul up your water too fast. So we'll see how that goes. I kind of want to do a time lapse to see how it goes.
I quickly shorted that to a week. She doesn't know how much I charge, okay? That's just how much she thinks I charge.
I mean, I think that's a reasonable price.
But you're worth more.
Thank you.
Don't
Thank you.
settle.
Mark says, I will say all wives are expensive. I'm actually like the cheapest person. He doesn't pay me anything. And I don't buy anything, but artwork sometimes.
Our
That adds
aquatic
sense.
universe. That is dedication, man.
Our aquatic universe might be. Oh, wait. What? I got Wi-Fi on the planet. What? That's cool. Well, welcome to the stream. Well, hopefully your flight's going better because you can watch all the YouTubers.
You need to
Just
take over
past
this.
St. Louis. I knew you would have a problem. You're skipping people.
I
Hello, Aquaballs. Welcome in.
don't remember who you said hi to. I'm sorry.
Oh. Killer Kitty said, Shelby's dad. #hero. Yes.
I was trying to scroll for questions. So luckily, we have all of his stuff in totes. Oh, I didn't think about the hoverboard though.
Where is that? That's under his stairs.
Yeah.
We need to go check on that. That'd be the only thing that would be a problem is the hoverboard. But everything else is in those big totes that we actually take to shows. So nothing actually got damaged. But it sucks. We're going to have to rip out a lot of the wall. We needed to redo the room anyways. It's been a problem room anyways. So you never know. Hopefully we make this spot the way we want to. We get to move on to bigger and better things and big properties because we are running out of room. Welcome in, Joseph Stanley. Said, hey, y'all, what did I miss? What's happening while y'all were gone? Just basically the pipe in the garage is buried under cement and leaking. So we can't physically just patch it up. So we have to keep the water off and try to figure it out. Hope for the best that my dad kind of figures out a quick fix for that. But we won't know till we get back. Said, I'm trying our aquatic universe with Mike B said I'm trying to tee off a connection somewhere in my garage to hook up my RO water supply. It's exactly what we need to do now.
Yeah.
Our sink is gone.
we were able to avoid doing that before by just hooking it up to the faucet on the sink. Jaden's hoverboard is good though. The whole flood goes the opposite direction. So
Silver Creek Acquire said, "Men equal professionals. We got this, especially when we got a good woman pointing the way."
Oh,
thanks.
When me and Eddie were building those stands, she's like, "This is not going to be level."
I had to walk away. Walk away from
you worry about it.
Too. No, thank you.
The weight of the stands will straighten out the wood.
It did, and that just doesn't. I don't know. I have fixed a lot of things in the house. Learning. One thing's for sure. I want my daughter to be self-efficient, so I can't have her be self-efficient if I'm not self-efficient. So learning, watching YouTube, try to take care of basic household needs that, these people want to charge $200 just to come look at. So to save all that hassle for our children in the long run, I want to be able to fix those and show them how to do it. So basic needs are easy. But yeah, some of the like the racks, like I'll paint, but if it's off like a hairline, it's going to drive me crazy. I can't understand that the weight is going to make it level. I understand, and it works. It stresses me out.
Bought a brand new RO unit and still in the box.
Send it our way.
No, we don't need it unless it's bigger than 200 gallon per day.
Yeah, you're right.
we're thinking about where the wash tank was or the hand station was. We can put a standing tank reservoir, so we are able to hold more water, get more water changes done in a day. So the 200 gallon might work for a little while longer. Welcome
in multiple tank syndrome. Matt, me alive. Oh wow, we're that far behind. Just an aversion to people. Yes.
I'm sorry for the frogs. They seem to be having a party out back again. I heard them.
Oh man, I hope you make it out. That's our favorite one. We're always the most happy at Aquashella Orlando because we're not so stressed out. It's only a couple hours from our house, and we actually get everything ready at home. So if anyone wants to come see our house, we might be able to, afterwards make it a couple extra days. Some people.
Afterwards, yeah. I thought you were going to say before.
Oh, no, not
while
before.
We're setting up.
Oh, we're a mess.
Yeah.
We're a mess. But during that, it's a little bit less stressful to get to that one. And I can always come home if something goes wrong.
Shelby doesn't like tank water on the floors. When I'm packing orders, especially for short shows, no fucks given. I go in on it. The water's everywhere. I just can't. I don't have the time to be slow and cautious of where water falls. So, what?
I don't know. I see this weird reflection in the. Oh, it's the bag on the counter in the back. This black blob in the back's bothering me. It's the bag for Bill.
It's the fish bag from our local fish club members that flew home. They couldn't drive or fly with all their fish, so we drove it home, and they coming by tomorrow morning and pick it up.
3 Ricos and climbing.
Oh man.
Oh.
Just gonna have to wait. We know your mom doesn't watch our live streams.
She has. So she puts them on afterwards and just lets she puts them down and then walks away. But you know what? Support is support, Zen said, I can't even get back to where the reading must be long before I came in. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Oh. Hello. Richard made it to the chat.
Yes.
Hello, Richard. Well, he made it to the chat at 10:23. It's now 10:48.
Well, you didn't miss anything about yourself, Richard, because I saved it for when you jumped in. Like I mentioned in our video where we last did the update on Eddie's shrimp room, fish room, I'm going to be showcasing local breeders here in Florida. Shelby and myself, we cannot meet the demand for all of the nano fish and shrimp, especially for the high quality ones. We could easily go ahead and start importing and bringing in fish, but I do not want all the headache that comes involved. Why am I holding Layla's bow? So for that reason,
Weirdo.
I would love to work with local breeders who just like to breed. They're not looking to ship out 20 bags a week or make a living or anything like that. They're just looking maybe for a little money to help fund their fish room. I'm also not trying to make a ton of money off of these fish either. So they're going to be very reasonably priced fish, especially for homebred fish in the United States. And my goal for this is to get more people involved in the hobby and hoping that it gives them another option, something else to try. It might be more expensive than some of the imports or something like that, but I've seen some of the imports at the show. They were skinny. And Richard says he's got some fat celestial pearl Danios. And I said I want them all for myself. And I guess I could sell some out of them as orders came in. But you're going to have to keep it so I have like 100 of them in a tank at all times. So my man Richard's like, I can do that. And he's going to come up with a couple other fish too. Like I mentioned before, we're quickly becoming a fish and shrimp house. Like instead of fish and chips, fish and shrimps.
Well, I'm going to focus on I could just help with the feeding always with the shrimp, and he does the water changes. There's not much for me to do personally when I come back home, so I would like to do the Achilles fish.
But I will say the show was so good, and even with the tragedy that struck today, not really tragedy, but series of unfortunate events.
I love that show too, in that book. I read
Shelby
the book first.
has finally said that she wants to step down from being manager at her job. So
whether I do it or not, that's a whole nother
question. But it's a step in the right direction. So maybe it won't happen so soon. But
it's a process.
You write your destiny and you put things into play, and eventually it just happens. And I think we're getting busy enough to the point the right cards have come into play that we should probably. Do you know how many babies we came home to? We got baby rice fish in the totes outside. We got baby swords. We got baby platies. We got baby killies. Shelby got more baby killies hatching in her killies tanks. Mm-hmm. I think we're missing some.
We're gonna have some baby guppies coming soon, which is funny because we lost the males in that tank, and one little fry happened to make it, and it's a male, and it's a little itty bitty male.
It's actually from Dane, if you're watching. He's one of our local club members, and I've been asking him for a male for a long time, and he's not gotten back to me. So we got.
So we're going to the club meeting this Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Remember that, Dane, if you're watching.
We don't need him anymore. We got one. Why do we need a male?
I thought the
one baby survived.
There's two different guppies in that tank.
No, they're gold. He said they just throw the golden, so you can just breed them in. Maybe we can make our own line. Maybe two different things.
I don't think we talked. I also got guppies from the show from Frank Chain. They're metalhead snakeskin guppies. No, we did not.
Because I mentioned
they are
bringing Frank and Gary to come speak at our club later.
But we didn't talk about what we got from Frank Chain.
We got Pseudomcgills too.
Gertrudes. They're beautiful. I bought both bags, and then later someone was like, I'm just looking for some Pseudomcgills around here. And I was like, sorry about them. I saw Frank at the door, and I was like, oh, as Bill and Brian actually came up to me and were like, oh, Frank's over there selling stuff. And I was like, all right, we're running over there. He goes on. Terrible. The problem is we want to make sure that everyone in chat gets answered. I love being able to talk to chat. That's what we're here for, is to talk to everyone else. So
and it keeps 40 of you here for a whole hour because you have to wait to see what I responded.
Thank you so much, Vibes.
We appreciate
putting out the good vibes. That's gotta be your slogan. You gotta make a shirt that says Vibes Aquatics, putting out the good vibes, and then have some snakeskin guppies dancing on your shirt. That'd be cool. I expect that.
I think Rico likes to be that far behind in chat because you're constantly busy. There's always something to talk about. There's never a dull moment. Mm-hmm. It really sucks when you jump on the live stream and you're you come onto this live stream, you can tell I was not ready for this. I was going from like, all right, I gotta get ready as fast as I can before it starts. I gotta make sure I turn off the hot water heater and then turn off the water because we both just took showers because we were getting a lot done today.
Yep. Robert says stay at a brewery. They literally had free breakfast and free dinners, and they weren't crappy. They were really good, they said, especially for a hotel. Like that's where it's at.
So whether we're at the hotel with Chance or some are hanging out with Chance, maybe somebody that has plants.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is if we're not there, we're gonna just have it on the car. I don't know how good
You'll
the
see
internet
how much
is
we
gonna
pack
be,
the car.
but if Lefty can do streams and he's all by himself, maybe Shelby can read chat and I can drive and I can drive and talk. I just can't drive and read.
Yeah, I'll read it out for you. Man, he's a child.
Me?
Probably.
Yeah. I'll be as old as I can without growing up. That's the goal.
Cichlids chasing up and down the corner of Tank. Is there something I need to do? Oh.
It's possibly not enough oxygen in the water. Maybe
a couple different things.
Too much ammonia.
Depends if it's just a pair too. They might actually be breeding, but if they're not rubbing up against each other and it's just the glass, it might be an ammonia spike. Or you're always better off just trying to do a quick water change, but not too much to shock them.
I'm also not the right person to be talking about cichlids unless you need food. That's Shelby's new pitch. We might go to the OCA and we're just going to have a sign that says cichlid food. Not shrimp food.
Oh, cichlid food. Yeah, sorry.
It's your idea. You just ruined it.
I know. I turned to Mike Cichlids that was standing behind us and I was like, look, you don't want a bag of red cherries for $30? Like, how could you not want that? And he was like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, get a 10-gallon tank, set it up, and start breeding red cherries. You don't have to have the beautiful red cherries. Just breed them out and feed them to your cichlids. Like, what better source is that than having fresh food ready for your cichlids? And he was like, well, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Lefty's so nice to be in a real bed. We're in our own beds. You're not even in yours. You're seeing family and stuff before you get to go. But it must be a real nice guest bed then, because the hotel beds they're horrible. They suck. They really do. They put the worst blankets on, and then you have to read nothing. But I already tried. Like I said, moving on. And then
that was in.
We need some eater merch. We are aware when we get back from Dallas. We were talking to someone. Was
T-Rex?
No. We were talking to somebody about this at the show where.
Oh, you
like
were.
Teespring and stuff like that. Some of them are really good quality. Some of them Ed probably. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we just want to guarantee that it's going to be good and to your door. So we have a place in town, and we're going to use them to get some hats, some T-shirts, and we're going to go to Jadron to get new stickers. I should have messaged them.
This is so sad. Lefty said, oh my God, Shelby, they stiffed me on those killies I won. Went to pick them up, and they say I didn't win no fish.
Oh, man.
How dare they? Oh, that's stressful. I think that's what happened with our turtle food, too.
Yeah, I think I won that turtle food, and then somebody bid on it after the time.
Well, hopefully I'll get some of my killies fish breeding, and I can send you some.
They had someone in the club pass away, and their fish room had some ancient antique foods and containers and stuff. And I really wanted the turtle one. I figured, who else is going to be after turtles? Until we sat down at Rusty's house, and the guy's like, oh, what are you into? And I'm like, And I'm like, what are you into? And he's like, oh, not that much, but I heard you were talking about turtles. So I got a lot of turtles. We talked about turtles during dinner at Rusty's. It was pretty cool.
Thank you, Vibes Aquatics, for the $1.99. Is it super chat? I'm so bad with this.
Super chat.
Said friends, Grant and Shelby, thumbs up, y'all. Thank you. Money shrimp on the way. And we lost our set. Yep. Nope, right here. We're good.
Trying to catch
up. Richard said he had so much fun meeting, and we did too. It was cool to put 2 and 2 together. It took me a whole day, but But I swear I've met you before in one of our clubs, so I get that a lot though.
We met so many great people. We got so many free goodies. I got some tiger teddies. Did I mention those?
I mention no, those? You didn't. Okay. But I just read Select Pets.
You remembered what I said?
No. He's the one who was talking to me about where they come from.
Oh.
You did leave a good impression. I remember everything you talked about. I remember your face, but remembering name to what you are. But yeah, what about your teddy bear?
No, I thought you were gonna say what I messed up yesterday when we were talking to the LRB, and I was like, yeah, you got the auto dosing.
Oh,
I can't
Grant goes, well, you should feed them emphysema. and Lucas just stares at him and goes, emphysema? What are you talking about, dude?
I meant to say something else that meant bacteria.
Yeah, he's trying to think of the
hemophilia or something like. I can't remember what.
Yeah, I can't.
I tried so hard this weekend, and I was just happy I was able to remember Blue Galaris before him when I was trying to remember what Killy Shelby wanted.
Multiple Tank Syndrome asked, "What's your plan for your next aquascape competition?" I entered one today. So that was my next one.
Your next one, Shelby. That one's already done with. Moving on.
I'm so excited about it, though.
But we got
next
one on Friday.
Is this Friday?
And we got
it. I'm sorry.
And it's a bunch of glitter rock. So our plans are not to use glitter rock and use a bunch of wood, probably.
We're gonna use some, but I literally have glitter rock at home. I have a lot of different aquascape material at home that I haven't been able to use. They're specific for specific person, and
sorry for the technical difficulties. We're back. I don't know what I did. I hit a button on the. Oh man. This is the first time for everything. We probably just lost half the people.
Infusoria.
There we go.
Close enough, Grant. You got it. Emphysema. It's too good. Okay. Oh, man. All right. I'm trying to go so fast.
That was funny as shit.
Oh, you're glad we're in 201. Okay.
I've already fucked
But
it
yes,
up.
Friday we have the aquascaping contest for Aquashella. Yes, and we will try to get to that. And hopefully some videos come out about that one. Get a little feel.
Oh, look at that. Gary has been added to the Fish Fam.
Nice. Gary is in our local club. He is wonderful.
He is a wonderful gentleman, full of knowledge, great guy to work with.
Chris Short said maybe we need Fish Fam name tags for all the shows we attend. That would be so cool.
We should all have Fish Fam t-shirts, like jerseys.
And the hashtag and your business name or your Fish Fam name. Yeah, that's cool. Multiple Tank Syndrome said, let me know if you're ever heading to St. Louis. Misery, you know? Oh, man, we almost had a really bad speeding ticket through there because it's nothing but flat land. How do you survive out there? Well, St. Louis is the city, so you're actually not in the miserable part.
Yeah, I was doing 95 and a 75.
Give a kid a tank. Oh, give a kid a tank is free at the Clash. I don't know if the kids are coming with us because they're going to be in school.
So. I don't think we'll be able to bring the kids for the 3 weeks of traveling. It's gonna be sad, but I think Shelby needs to fly to AGA in Dallas.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
let's
Chicago.
Just get COVID again.
Those frogs, they're going crazy.
Jen said, "Ooh, a Fish Fam airdrop Foursquare situation. You just get near each other and get a notification. Oh, just swipe each other and say, ta-da! All the info. That's pretty cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Where are we on chat?
About to give him the elbow. Yep. Hello again. We're getting there. I'm trying to go fast.
Do we own our house? Kinda. We're paying it off, so we're not renting.
How are you reading faster than me?
I do it from time to time.
That one is going on next.
Later, Johnny B.
Have a good night.
It's
Have a
probably
good
long
night,
gone.
Killer Kitty. Hope to meet you at the Clash, you said?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Do.
Steal some of those eggs I gave to Lucas. I already
almost
asked
did.
Lucas when we were walking out of the.
Don't kick it again.
Oh!
No.
I didn't know that's what I was doing.
Slowly falling.
When we grabbed our stuff out of the fish barn when we left last night, I was like, "Hey man, when you get those killies to hatch, you got to give Shelby a pair or two." So.
And funny thing is, not just getting into killies. I've been into killies for years. It's just fun fact. I wasn't good at them the first year. Didn't know that you needed a lid, and then didn't know you needed a lid that was literally airtight. Not a single inch can be not a crack. I'm not kidding about this. And these were big killies fish, and they jumped through the crack, and I about cried and almost gave up completely on them.
We took a beautiful film in one of Shelby's nice skate tanks of one of her killies, and literally went like 30,000 views on Facebook the next day. Jumped out, found it dead when I came home. I was so sad, and it was the smallest crack of a lid, just because it's a rimless tank. If you know how the rimless tanks work on the lids, there's just a small gap. It was so sad.
Have a good night, multiple tank syndrome. And Jamie said Shelby should step down from being a corporate manager and become general manager of TTOE. Kind of am already. Oh. Hello, TFI Aquatics. Hello, Snoop.
It's hopefully something that can happen soon. There's a lot more shows we can do. We can do some of the Repticons and stuff like that. We can keep ourselves quite busy.
What did you say? If Lefty can do it, you can do it?
Just the live streaming was all I said.
Oh, in a car.
Yeah.
Like while he's driving. Not like he's... Man, that you guys took that really wrong. No, it's like that's difficult to do, is to live stream in a vehicle. And I think Stephen P and Jenna P were doing that today, and it's like breaking in and out. Like it happens. It's one of those and like he wouldn't be able to answer and like do things
I was more thinking
can't
like,
multitask.
when I get off on my long talks and I get way out into right field, and then I have to like go back and scroll through chat, and then it becomes just something I don't like to do while multitasking and driving.
Oh, sorry. I skipped right over what Scotty asked. Have I missed what killer she got at the Triple Crown? So actually, some of them I actually cannot pronounce, but I did get the Blue Galaris. I got 2 pairs of them, so hopefully those work out. I think his name was Ken that I got them from, and he's been braiding them for quite some time. And Lucas also bought some from the same person. They look beautiful. We're caught up in chat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And so then I got some... I already forgot the rest.
Clown
There's
Killies.
A lot of them. Oh, the clown killies. That was my number one I was looking for, was clown killies. And there was only like one bag. I think someone else got the other bag before me and was like at the next table. So like they would have been gone so fast. But I've been dying for clown killies.
You're gonna have to wait and see. Shelby's gonna have a video coming out after Dallas of her Killies fish, because
and me horribly trying to say the Latin names.
Yeah, she's gonna need to do that. The betas. If she steps down from her job and only has to work 3 days a week, that means that she'll have an extra 2 days a week to work on videos and stuff like that.
So just not only
for
shrimp,
me a week, a video
fish.
for her a week. She needs to start getting her isopods revamped and stuff like that, because we're gonna start doing more Repticons. So
yeah. And GK Aquatic says, "Woohoo! I'm officially Fish Fam now. Thanks, Liquid Zoo. Awesome."
Well deserved.
Zen just said I was really giving Lefty a hard time, but I think he disappeared. Was he here? Did I not say hi to Lefty?
Ooh, he was here.
Oh, what?
He left because you didn't say hi to him.
I know,
Shelby.
rude. I'm disrespectful. I'm sorry. And Stephen P said it wasn't too hard. I don't know. Like, I just don't think I can multitask.
But as long as you're reading chat, and I'm
see,
driving,
we could do that way. Maybe that was helping. Brandon said, "Oh, those are from Mike Epperson. His Blue Glarus won Best in Show for the AKA. So bought a champion. Like, actually, I think only Lucas got those. But yes, I think that's why he got the actual full. I got babies, like real small ones, so they're gonna be a while till I breed them. They're beautiful, but like they're so young you can't even tell they're Blue Glarus. But yeah, they were. I was jealous when I saw them. So hopefully he does something with those.
So we don't do baby brine shrimp, but I did pick up 2 Daphnia cultures at the show.
And Grindle worms.
And I will be getting Shelby a Zis container so she can start raising baby brine shrimp to feed. Because we're almost paused.
Well, that's what the top of the rack is going to be too. Like the very top is going to be breeding live food. That is one of my biggest downfalls that I have right now. I haven't had time to do live food and keep up with it. And it's really disappointing. I just use flake food or sometimes like Bug Pro and stuff because they like those little snacks. But yeah, it's been we'll get there. Oh, I missed all of these questions. Is Sulu SA hard to take care of? As long as you set up the tank, which I saw your question earlier, how long to cycle it for us, 30 days. And they're not hard to take care of. As long as you cycle that tank properly and keep up on the right water changes, they are not hard at all. And do not bother them. Okay. Scotty says, I've got the Blue Glarus from Mike. Awesome. If I ever have questions, now I know who to go to. Scuba Steve, I'm back, my guys. Went to pop up with fishy bits for a minute. I thought it said poop. Oh.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. It's almost over anyway.
Shelby insisted that we keep tonight's chat for an hour, and I looked at her and I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to even get our story of Keystone Class shared, let alone talk about what happened when we got home. And we didn't talk really about anything with Aquashella other than the glitter rocks for the Aquascape contest and Eddie coming to help us. I think
we'll talk about that Wednesday on the other stream. Catch us at Halfscaped on Chance's channel, Chance Kramer.
No, it'll be on our channel.
Oh my God, what?
It was a great pitch, but yes, it'll be on our channel.
No, it's their channel.
No, it's our channel this week. We did their channel at the Triple Crown.
Don't do this to me.
Why are you double checking? Do you not remember us doing it in the hotel? Did you set up that? You have to set up one now. I just think this is the show we bring the laptop.
The Zen Ginger said Blue Glarus is 1 kilo. I'd possibly risk fish floor jerky for. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They are beautiful. Like, I really didn't even know about them. Like, I love Kelly's fish, but I've kept a few of like the normal ones and easy to breed. And then I actually had some Florida natives that I didn't even know I had. So thank you. I know he's not watching, but Bill Shields helped me identify those again. So it's cool to learn those. And always start with 10 shrimp if you can.
At least
good mix of male and
10.
Females when you have more. So, all right. Well, I think it's time to call it a night.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for your support. It means a lot to us. It means a lot more to Shelby because she's extra worried about everything, and I won't even think about it through the entire trip at Dallas. So hopefully when we get back, everything will be easy enough, or maybe even Shelby's dad will have it figured out. Who knows? But we will see everybody Wednesday night, our channel at 10 p.m.
Scotty said, take note of what strain you got. I have them all written on the tanks. I will learn all the names exactly when I'm done, because I have found out by the Achilles people and the Gideon people, you do not talk to them if you just talk about basic names.
Yeah.
You ain't worth their time, honestly.
They don't
if you
even
don't
say
know,
it in the auction.
they won't.
That's how disrespectful they are. It is all scientific, or they don't want you to have it.
Exactly. So it's just, oh my gosh, this happened in the other.
But one of the mods probably got it for you.
Yeah. But yes, I will know all the Latin names of all of them when I can. I'm learning each species, so it's going to take me a little bit, but.
And I told Lucas, I'm going to just do the auctions for our club, and I'm going to take all the hard names until I get it down. So that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully by this time next year, I know my way in and out of the Latin scientific names a little bit more than I am now, but which isn't saying much.
Yeah.
And no crossbreeding. But I will do it anyways. I'll make something.
Have a good night.
Later, guys.